What's going on, everyone? This is Kotetsu here, and we are here with Gamers Realm Podcast, episode, what, 65, 66?
No, sir, it's 67.
67. See, I can't keep up. We've done too many.
I got it wrong, too.
Can't keep up. We've done too many. Again, I am your host, Kotetsu. I am here with CHRONOZ, and today we have an awesome special guest. He is the man who played the strong man with the metal arms, if you guys didn't know, in Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. He played JAX. He is John Perrish. You guys give it up for John Perrish. Thank you.
What's up?
Thank you for being here. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit the like button, share, and subscribe, and follow us at The Gamers Realm on Twitter. So, John, I just want to ask you our main question. Pretty much, you know, your beginnings before you became JAX and did the first two games, and then of course afterwards, where that took you and where you are now.
Damn.
If you want to cut it short, like you can just segment.
Take your time. We got an hour.
The beginnings, well, it started back about 2 BC. When the Big Bang Theory was just about to happen. Let's see. I don't know what the beginnings are to you guys, but let's see. I'm ex-military. Came home. Let's see. I was a personal trainer for a while. And that's kind of how we all met. Danny Pacino, Rich DeVizio, myself, Tony Marquez. We all met at Lakeshore Athletic Club. And I was training people. They were doing martial arts. And, you know, I would show them a few things about lifting weights. And they would, you know, talk about gaming. And, you know, and they were in the midst of making the first Mortal Kombat. As far as I know about games back then, I mean, it was Miss Pac-Man, and that was about it. You know, and it better have a turbo button on it.
That turbo in.
Donkey Kong every now and then, but but when they, we would, be joking around, and one day Danny came in with the game. And they were demoing it at Lakeshore Athletic Club, and I was working, and he called me down, and I said, okay, you know. And I looking at this game, had all these buttons on it and the joystick. I said, whoa, a little bit out of my league here. I'm just used to one stick, 2 buttons, you know. But then, I got the hang of it, and he said, so how do you like it? I said, oh, it's a good game. I said, kids will love it, fighting game, got some blood, guts floating around, looks cool, and then I made a joke, that unfortunately you can't do now, might get canceled, but who cares any damn way? But I told him, I said, this is a good game except for one thing. And he said, what? I said, ain't no brothers in the game. What the hell is all that about? What, we don't play video games? And we were laughing about it, and I said, "No, but on the up and up, no, it's a good game. I think it'll do quite well." And then 2 days later, he came in with a sketch from John Tobias, and I was like, if you can, matter of fact, you can actually see it in this right now in the background, way in the back behind me. But that was the original sketch of JAX. And I was like, man, that dude is dope. And I was like, okay. I said, shit, who the hell gonna play him? He said, you if you want to. I said, what? I said, I'm game. And he said, yeah. He said, you know, I mean, just do the stuff that you normally do, backflips, you know, martial arts. And, you know, I said, cool. I said, do I get paid? He said, yep. I said, let's go.
That's all it is.
That's all it was. You know,
I
I didn't even ask. You could have told me I got paid $1. I was still doing the game. Okay. I was like, okay. I said, as long as I get paid for something, you know, or free pizza, give me something out of the deal. So, you know, and then we, you know, the first, you know, when I first met John Tobias and everything, and, you know, and met everybody else at Midway games up in Chicago. I mean, we were like in a mop closet.
Yeah.
You know, one light above in the ceiling. There's like, okay, green wall painted. You know, that big X on the floor, and I'm like, okay. It looked like an old porn film of some sort. I was like, okay, you know, and then the computer they had was an 0586 without a case. And I was like, and then they had somebody's father's VHS camera. So I think it was that Danny's? Yeah, Danny's father. No, was it Danny's camera? His father's camera. Yep. So they were using that, and so you know we would go through some moves that Danny wanted us to do. Very simple, the ones that you always see us when we're boxing like this. You know,
right.
If you ever look at the game, I tell people very carefully. If you look at the game, each one of us did that differently. That's what made it unique. Okay, none of us did this exactly the same because we were built the same. We were different heights and everything, and we had to go real slow because of the technology then. You know, I tell people, I said there was no Adobe Photoshop back then. There was no Adobe anything. There was no CGI. There was no mocap. I said, it was just us and a analog camera. So we had to do everything real slow.
Right.
I mean, so they can catch the frame. And even that was fast for it. So once we got all of that down, then, they say, okay, let's try on some different costumes. So what some people don't know is the first one they wanted me in was kind of like the ninjas. It was, if you ever see Enter the Dragon, the outfits that they all had on, the John Saxon had on, the gold and black with the black stripe. It was something similar. Yeah, it was something similar to that.
Okay. And
I kept telling the lady, the seamstress, that, this isn't flexible enough. It's not going to work. Especially if you have me do any kicks or anything like that. I said, I'm going to rip them because it's too tight on the ankle. The crotch wasn't flexible at all. And she was like, oh, no, it'll work. It'll work. I said, no, it's not going to work. Trust me. Just take my word. She wouldn't take my word. And that's the only day that I am glad my mother said wear clean underwear. Because when, Danny kept saying, okay, John, just do the kick. I said, are you sure? It's going to rip. Well, just do it, show her. So I jumped up, did a high kick, and sure enough, the minute my leg left the ground, it split.
Oh, my God.
Yep. And, and she was like, well, I said, I told you it wasn't going to work. I said, you need to give me something like tights, something like Lycra, something that's very flexible, and I can throw some boots on or something like that. I said, but this isn't. I said, isn't JAX supposed to be military? So yeah, well, okay, give me some tights, and I'll bring my army boots in, and whatever else y'all want to throw on me after that. Okay, a military belt or something, and that's how that whole costume got revamped in Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but then now when we did 3, that was I was the first person, because technology changed. They made a lot of money off 1 and 2. So they upgraded the entire studios. So now we look like we were movie stars on a real set.
Right.
New cameras, new computers. And then, I kept balking about, okay, if we're going to do the next game, I want superpowers like everybody else. And they said, well, you had the ground pound and the boomerang. I said, oh, come on. I said, you know, Johnny Cage gets the dart, you know, Kano and you know, Barack gets the claws and, you know, people flying through the air and turning into dragons. And all I do is get to punch the ground and shake it. No.
That was great.
You know, I said, we need something else. So, you know, they thought about it. Next thing you know, they came back with the cybernetic arms. So, you know, they said, well, we're going to paint your arms silver. I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. Except for the makeup artist came in with a little bottle of paint that was about this size. Okay. Now, I wasn't as big as I am now, but I wasn't too far from it. And I looked at it and I'm like, you're going to need more paint. I'm just letting you know, you're going to need more paint. He said, oh, no, this is going to work. I said, you're going to need more paint. Just trust me. I'm much bigger than what you think I am. Okay. And then once he started, you know, he got half of one arm. Then he got half of the other arm. And he's like, I need more paint. I said, no shit. I said, really? What gave you that clue? Now I'm sitting up here with this paint on me, and I can't put my arms down, so I had to put them on some music stands while he go find some more. So what normally should have taken about an hour and a half took 6 hours. 6
hours just to paint?
Yeah, he had to run around the whole north side to find this damn
my God.
paint while my hands were sitting up on the music stands, waiting for him to come back. You know,
my God.
I think Danny had we got food, they had to actually feed it to me. So I'm like, you know, I said, how long does it take this stuff to dry? They said, we don't know. He ain't back yet. I said, it's been over an hour.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and then when he finally did come back, then, you know, he had like 4 bottles, and I said, okay, let's get it done. You know, so we were able to get it done, and I said, now how long does it take to dry? Oh, we're going to put fans on you, take about an hour. I'm like, shit. But hell, I mean, I was getting paid $50 an hour back then, so I was happy. I'm not mad, you know, and I got
how long are you going to take it off?
The paint back then was oil based, so it took a couple days. Yeah, it took a couple days to get that shit off. Now they got the same company makes the same type of paint, except for it dries within seconds now. Okay. So my daughter, when we did the show, the Wizard World, we were able to put her on like in about 30 minutes. And by the time I even got to the car, it was dry. She just touched me up in the parking lot. And when we got there, everybody thought I was in cosplay. Until they got to the table and they said, you are the real JAX. Really? What gave you that impression? My wife kept telling you that every time. We were just looking for lunch.
Because it's crazy, because a lot of the panel, they don't, not all of them really, like, you know, dress up as the person they played. And I've seen some of the pics that you had that you come in as JAX, so that just adds like more to that, and people will, you know, be able to just recognize you like right off the bat.
Yeah. Well, I try to get as close as I can, you know. You know, but to paint the arms, I tell people, I said, no, my daughter has to do it, and you know, and it has, and once you put it on, it stays on all day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like I'm gonna go and do some wardrobe change here. You know? And I only do it for the big shows or something like that if my daughter's around to put it on. She knows how to draw on all the lines and everything. Right. You know, so I mean, but then that's kind of how it all started, and you know, and how we finished it off. We did a few tours to different cities with it, and it was, to me, it was an opportunity to have fun. I never looked at Mortal Kombat as a career thing or a launch pad to be a movie star or a celebrity or anything like that. Because a lot of people ask me that, do we still get paid for that? I said no, because back then it was unheard of to have a human inside of a video game.
Right.
So there was no precedent set at all. We weren't considered actors. We weren't considered voiceovers. We were just images, even though it was really us in the game.
Right.
And then that's when right before 3, the legalities got involved, politics came in play, all kind of shit went to hell after that. So, but I had fun with it. So, and then 20 years, 25 years later, it reemerged, and I'm like, oh my God, Facebook, Doc Mack reached out to me. And, the story about Doc Mack and I was really weird because when he was 16 at one of the malls, he was at a GameStop or something. And my wife told me about him and he introduced me to him. And he was telling me about how he wanted to open up an arcade and all that. I said, whatever you want to do, just be passionate about it, learn about it, go for it. And then lo and behold, 20 goddamn years later, he's calling me to come down there to do a signing. I'm like, what?
Oh man, that's what is it? Serendipitous? Can you say that's serendipitous? Where like you met him and you changed his life, and 25 years later you guys meet up again to do something else there.
Yeah, so, and and we've been friends ever since. So yeah, the world's a giant circle. The universe is a circle. I mean. But, it's fun, and we all still keep in contact with each other. Matter of fact, we're supposed to be doing a July 24th, we'll be in Nashville, Tennessee doing a show.
Okay, nice. Yeah, it's because it's starting to open up again.
Yeah.
So the bookings and stuff are starting to slowly come back with restrictions, but they are coming back.
Some of the characters like Rich and them, I think already went to Virginia. So now a bunch of us are going to Tennessee. And I know we already got something booked in November. And God knows what else is coming up between, in the middle of that. Because they just called me yesterday and said, hey, John, by the way, what are you doing on the 24th? I'm like, what, July? Oh, nothing yet. But then, and then it didn't dawn on me. I said, wait, the 24th. Oh, shit. I'll be coming out of Pittsburgh finishing the Masters Nationals for bodybuilding on the 22nd. We're supposed to drive back on the 23rd, but if I win the pro card, I'll be there all day. I said, when do they want us there? Friday or Saturday? I said, because if they won, I said, if I win, that means you guys are going to have to fly me out of Pittsburgh. Or I'm just going to have to rent me a car and drive from Pittsburgh to Tennessee.
Yeah.
But I said, either way, I'll be there. So, it'll be fun. It's a one-day event, sign autographs, take a lot of pictures with people, see you guys, the audience again, the fans. I mean, we miss the fans.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the fans are the fun part. I mean, like I tell a lot of people, without the fans, it would be no us. So y'all keep this shit going. I'm like, hey, long as y'all want us, we'll keep coming up. So I mean, that's how the Mortal Kombat saga began, and it is still going.
Yeah, like it's a little. I think I told this story before. My mom would not let us play any Mortal Kombat games. Like, she wouldn't even let us touch them. I remember I was over at my cousin's house and they're playing Mortal Kombat 2, and she'd be like, "Cover your eyes, look this way, don't look at the screen." And I'm like, I couldn't see anything. Like, they were playing it like they had like those old school big screen TVs, like right there.
Oh yeah, the big tube box.
Yeah, the big tubes. Yeah, the big old tube.
the projection TVs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
3 big bulbs in the back.
yeah, and like she was like, "Look this way." I'm like, "Really? Like I can't watch them." And I'll be like this eating, like I can't watch them play, and I hear everything, but I can't see what's going on. But no, they didn't let us do anything like that until I got older. And then I think my dad was like, you understand these fighting games you don't do this to people. And I'm like, yeah, I know I can't rip some dude's arm up. Like I know that's not cool. But so I know it's not cool.
That ain't cool, Dad. I can't rip off their arm, but it's just not cool.
But I think it's always cool just to hear the origins of these characters. Like what we had Johnny Cage on, I think a couple months ago. I'm not Johnny Cage, Danny. He was on who played Johnny Cage like a couple months ago, and just to hear, how he got started, and then hearing how you were there at Mortal Kombat 1, which got you to be like behind the scenes Mortal Kombat 1, which got you to become JAX in these two games. And to hear that, you had a part to play in just his whole creation, like not just, they didn't just say, hey, just do this. You were like, well, I want to make this, like, just like you said, we were all different. Everyone was different. Everyone moved different. So we got to play these characters kind of like how we would, like you said, with the boxing, you guys had different stances.
What makes it unique is that we brought our own persona to the character. Mm-hmm. So when you play the game, like JAX is really me.
Yeah.
Okay. It's forget the first 2 movies. That was bullshit. I mean, this last one, I said, all right, they got it right. They finally get this shit right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because that's how I am. I'm ex-military for real. I'm loud, I'm boisterous. And, and it's like, yeah, I did 2 tours, motherfucker, that will fuck you up. Let's go. Or looking at the arms and like, oh, hell yeah, this shit gonna work good.
He did do that in the movie. I remember that.
Yeah, Danny's persona, Richard, that is our persona. Okay, so I tell people, I said, it's not like we had a storyboard like they do now, and you guys brainstorm and do all of this stuff to make a game. I said, we just threw, what should be the fatality? I said, well, let me crush somebody's head or snatch their arms off. Next thing I know, it's in the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cool. And then when I do a reflection on the game, I said, you know what? I am the first Black man in a video game.
I would say that. I'd say that. When you mentioned that earlier, you're like, yo, you guys have no brothers in the game, and then you were in more common. I'm like, let me look back. Were there any?
No.
Like,
they were never there.
Yeah.
I mean, a real person.
Yeah.
Not like Street Fighter where they were cartoonish. I'm saying a real person.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and people say, what? I said, oh, no, that's not an actor. Okay, we are real people.
Mm-hmm.
I said, when you saw me do a backflip, I was really doing a backflip. A whole bunch of them. Okay. Knees were hurting. They still hurt from thinking about it. Because I'm going to tell you, them boots get heavy quick.
I can imagine.
Those are real military issue boots I still got in the garage. And people would say, what? I said, yeah, I still got my boots. Okay. I left the military, I'll take them home. Do a little polish on them, call it a day.
Yeah.
And then the belt that they gave us then and the one I have now, or the one they gave us, those little camo boxes were solid plastic.
Mm-hmm.
The ones I got now are hollow, so the belt is light. Right. That thing weighed almost 15 pounds. So trying to do a backflip with that thing and adjusting it on my waist, sometimes it would bind. I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. you know, because if you look at Mortal Kombat 2 versus 3, I'm 2 different sizes.
Right.
One, I was off season after a bodybuilding show. The other one, I was 2 weeks before one.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looked entire. So when I did the silver arms, yeah, I said, "Oh, dude, I'm ripped up. I'm cut. I'm like 2 weeks from show."
Yeah.
So when people said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, it looks a lot different." And I said, and that's 30 pounds different. Yeah. So
right. So going into your, you mentioned you've done bodybuilding competitions. You've earned 2 pro cards in the national bodybuilding.
That was natural. That was the naturals, and that was 3-4 years ago, pre-COVID.
Okay. Yeah. So what was the journey like? What was the journey for that like? Like, was it just from a personal standpoint, like just the journey of going through and competing with other people who are fighting for that same claim as well?
Actually, you don't look at it in that fashion. I mean, I competed in 1987 through 1994 until I, got with my wife, got married, dropped off the face of the planet, basically. But then when I came back, it wasn't necessarily to compete. It was just to get back in shape.
Right.
Went to the doctor and, he said, "Boy, you're 268 pounds, 58% body fat, borderline diabetic, hypertension, cholesterol off the chart, John. What's wrong with you?" I said, "Well, I feel good." The more Popeye's chicken and M&M peanuts, I'm all right. And then, walking up and down the stairs got hard. And then, you go to the store and buy clothes, you just get a bigger size. You get shoes without laces anymore. You just slide your foot in. And then my daughter one day said, "Dad, you got moves." And I said, "Okay, that's enough. All right." That move shit gotta go. So I said, "Okay." And I had a neighbor, he kept begging me to join the new gym around the corner for $9.99 a month. And I kept telling him, I said, "You really don't understand. If I go back to the gym, I am not coming out. Okay? I've been there once and you get obsessed with it. It's a lifestyle." "Oh, remember, we got to get in shape for the kids." It's like, well, I started. He didn't even last a week. I'm like, "Damn, dog, man, you the one that wanted me to join."
Yeah. Like he's begging you to join, but he can't keep up with it.
Yeah, and the only thing I was doing was cardio. It's not like I could do anything much more than 10, 15 minutes on an elliptical machine. And,
right.
And 10 pull-ups with an assist or something, I mean, it was like starting from scratch.
Right.
Then, I knew exactly what I needed to do, so I just, it's just discipline. I know exactly how to diet, how to eat clean. I mean, I didn't stop eating ribs or anything like that. I just moderated my portions and I worked out every day.
Exactly.
And then, I kept seeing these other guys in the gym and I'm like, they were younger than me, but definitely by far. And I I kept saying, I want to look like them, 6-pack abs, ripped shoulders, big guns and shit, because I was wearing a sweatsuit every damn day. Even in the summertime, it was hot as hell. I was still wearing a big ass sweatsuit, And then, when I, after about 60 to 90 days, I had dropped like 30, 40 pounds. And everybody said, "Damn, man, you should get into a bodybuilding show." I said, "What? Man, I'm 47 years old. I'm too damn old to be doing that shit." I said, "They don't even have nothing for body." He said, "Oh, no, they got a master's division." I said, "Really?" I said, "So what's that entail? You got to be a certain age?" He said, "Yep." I said, They said, "Yeah, we got one in 3 weeks down the street at the high school." What? Okay. Yeah, I signed up and and you know, I think I took I took fourth and then took third without coaches, and you know, figuring out the whole diet thing because times have changed. 20 years is a long time not to compete.
Right,
A lot of shit changed. Okay, and then after I did that, you know, I just kept working out harder and harder, you know, with the work ethic. And then I saw one guy, he approached me and he says, you know, he said, are you a bodybuilder? I said, well, I just did this one show, natural show, and, you know, I want to go do this other one. I probably get a pro card out of it. He says, you know, I'm a coach. I said, well, what the hell's a coach? Because, you know, from my day, we didn't have coaches.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, we would read a magazine and everybody helped each other. I mean, you didn't pay no coach, you know.
Right.
And, I said, well, it was like in October. I said, well, it's not till April, so I hit you up in January. So, you know, I kept training as usual. Then I hit him up in January and we designed a plan, and I won won that show, won the overall, and won the pro card. So, you know, and then the next year went to a different organization and won that one. That was the NABA one. Then went to my first pro show and won that. But they were all natural, and there was no fame, and the same guys I kept competing against year after year, and I kind of got boring because I keep beating them.
Right, right.
You know, so I went straight NPC. I was already doing some of those anyway and placing well. So, and then just hunkered down with that and just, and it's rare that I lose now.
Right.
You know, because when I get in the master's class, I think I've only placed third and fourth once in the NPC, and that was 7-8 years ago. Ever since then, I've won every time I've gotten the master's division. And I just had one last weekend, and I won first in the Masters 40 and over and 50 and over, took second in the men's overall. So now we're getting prepared for the Masters. So the journey actually never stops.
Okay.
You know? So, you know, basically it's not really a journey. I tell people, I said, it's just a lifestyle. Only difference is between me and anybody else is I compete. We're the extreme. The principles remain the same. Eat 80% clean, live, don't just survive, but live, get rest, do your cardio, do your resistance weight, you're okay. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, really it's simple because it's a lifestyle. You know, shouldn't be thrown at you, but, you know, you put it in your calendar, I'm working out this day, this day, this day, this day, and I'm going to eat these amount of foods. Okay. And basically you just watch the amount of foods you eat.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
That's, yeah.
You know, and you know, as a professional, I tell everybody, I say, America does not have a food problem. We have a portion control problem.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
That's what we have, because we will eat and eat and eat and eat, and then no one works out, and then you wonder why you're overweight. You know,
right.
You know, I mean, I tell people, I said, oh, you can be a gamer, you can watch TV, but you somewhere in there, you got to get at least an hour of workout in there, and you got to eat right. I didn't say you have to eat salad and chicken and rice like bodybuilders do, but we only do that during prep.
Right, right.
It's a 10-week thing that we do that for, to look a specific way for 60 seconds on stage.
Right, right.
But when we're not, you know, competing, oh, we eat. I tell them, I said, man, I eat 5,000-6,000 calories a day. I said, I will not pass up any ribs. Especially if I make them.
No, especially the ones that just fall off the bone.
That's the way. That's the only way I know how to make. If they don't fall off the bone and they're not spicy, they're not rib.
Oh yeah, they gotta be. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Not real.
Yeah,
if I don't, yeah, if I got to fight for the meat to come off the bone, I'm like, okay, I'm like, this is my last one, only one.
Yeah,
but if like
ribs should not be beef jerky.
No, no. It should just come right off.
That's
come
right.
right
Come
off
right
the bone,
there.
and
I said,
where
they need to
where
slide
you-
right on up into my mouth.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah.
yeah.
We
So
gotta
when
get
you're
some ribs
done, it's
after
just
this.
nothing but raw bone, no sauce, none. Just the bone itself should be left.
That's it.
Right there.
That's the way I make them. I tell people, I said, no, you gonna eat, gotta eat right. But like I said, you do everything and just live life.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I mean, and I teach every day, and I do lectures for a lot of different people and groups. And I tell them, I said, remember, I'm an athlete. Okay, I do this on a professional level. Okay, and it's every day I do this. But the average person, I said, no, you don't need to do that. Just follow the same principles. That's all you got to do. You don't have to stop living life and stop doing the things you enjoy. Just make sure you throw that exercise in there, some cardio, a little weightlifting, some clean food most of the time, and get some rest. A lot of people don't like the rest. They want to, I can get by with 4 hours of sleep. Well, you think you can, but that shit will catch up to you when you get married. I'll take a nap in a minute. I'll find me an excuse to take a nap. I said, well, I got 5 hours before somebody else. Let me get on here and get this nap in. Because that's when your body heals and when it grows and when it repairs is when you sleep.
Yeah.
When you're woke, it's just maintaining and churning along. But when you go to sleep, that's when it does its work.
I wanted to say that I've been recently changing my lifestyle because of doctor's orders kind of thing, early signs of heart disease kind of thing. So I got to make a change. That was earlier. That was, let's say, a couple months ago. From 247, I've dropped down to 223 so far this year. So it's a change. It's a change, but also I changed my diet. I no longer I don't know how it's gonna last, but I don't eat meats anymore. I'm trying to do this veggie thing. But I don't want to overdo it because then what if it drives me nuts? But either way, I'm trying different things. I'm eating a lot more healthier than I ever have before. I feel the difference from last year I trashed, last year we're all isolated more, and I know how I felt then. Now, the life-changing experience too. I work out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I hit the elliptical, do some hour cardio. Thursday, Saturday, I do martial arts with my son. Friday is podcast day, of course. So I try to change, the eating habits. Yes, definitely with the portion control, but I love my meats too, but I'm also just trying to lay off because they did say, you got to stay off that, no fast food. So, you have any advice for myself?
Well, remember, they're saying no fast food. See, what I tell people is, if you got an air fryer, you're golden. If you got a rice cooker, you're almost a god. Okay? Put those together, it is very simple. You can still have fried foods, believe it or not. Just use an air fryer.
Yeah, because there's no grease. That's just all hot air. All hot air cooking that.
And remember, I eat meat, but not, in prep, my coach has me eat a lot of goddamn meat. Sometimes it's too much even for me. I'm like, goddamn, that's like 2 pounds of beef a day. Sorry, dude, this is getting expensive. But because of how I train, it's required, but I get a lot of rest. But it's all in the air fryer. Okay? Right. I eat tons of vegetables. Can't get enough broccoli, spinach, green beans. The more the merrier. Okay. Nuts. Mixed nuts. No salt though. Mixed nuts. 1/4 cup. Don't use just the bag in your hand. The trick that I found is the measuring cups, take the 1/4 cup and put it in the bag. And then when you're ready to get some nuts, scoop up 1/4 cup and then eat the cup. Okay. That's 1 serving. That's all you need. And you eat it just out of the cup. You'll be pinching a couple of them at a time. You'll be okay. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself eating half a bag. Yeah. And once you do that, you've already eaten probably half of what you were supposed to eat for the whole day in calories.
Mm-hmm.
Even though nuts are healthy, but too many of them would do you in.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, if the doctor says cut back on meat, he didn't say stop. He just says cut back, and definitely on how you prepare them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fried food, like, no, I don't eat fast food. That's just no. I want fast food, I make it myself. Because I make it fast.
Right. It don't cost nothing either.
Fast, okay.
It don't
I
cost
can
nothing either.
definitely stay away from that fast food for sure.
Yeah. I mean, because once you start cooking for yourself and being, again, what you said was key, you do martial arts with your son. You want to be around for when your son gets older and older. You don't want to be the guy in an oxygen tank, a guy in a wheelchair, or even dead. You want to be up there being able to move with them. I got 5 grandkids. So they know when they come hang out with Pop, we ain't going out there strolling around. Because I'm going to hang with you. Matter of fact, I'm going to burn you out. Man,
I got my sons are 18. I got my little guy too. I got a little guy who's 2 years old. So I'm 40. So I got to be there for both my kids, all 3 of my kids, and just,
Oh yeah, you young. You are young. You don't, and that's what And I tell people it's never too late to start. And then the first thing you did was, you changed eating habits. And I implore all men, everybody who's listening out there, go to your damn doctor at least once a year, just to get a checkup. Figure out where your levels are. You need to know, because some shit will just creep up on you. Next thing you know, your ass is in intensive care somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm 55 years old, and most of my friends are dead. Okay, and anybody else my age can't even hang because they sit down and drink and watch TV all damn day.
Right.
And I told them, I said that I can't do that. I got to be active. I got to get moving. I got to learn something. Do all the, like, Super Bowl. Your boys have football parties every weekend. I don't go. I said, one, I can watch football on my own TV at home, drink my own liquor, and be just content. I said, but it bores me because I like to play the game.
Right.
I want to be in the action.
Right.
I don't want to watch it on TV. That's why I compete in bodybuilding. I do obstacle course racing. I do 5Ks. We do all kind of stuff as a team. I'm like, oh no, I can't just sit back and do nothing. That'll bore the shit out of me. And like I said, I mean, what the doctor told you, yeah, that's right. It's all about it's a lifestyle. And once you integrate it and understand that, then for a lot of people who got sick and died of COVID, well, basically it attacked their lifestyle. Okay. I mean, there are a few of them that, were like young and some kind of way it did them in, but, something it attacked was genetic. But for the most part, they told you up front in the beginning by accident, if your ass was overweight, obese, had diabetes, hypertension, it was going to do your ass in. And then, of course, they didn't know how to treat it because they didn't even know what the hell it was. So they made it worse.
That's right.
And I told everybody, I said, all you got to do is eat right and exercise. Y'all be all right. Trust me. I said, you dealt with the flu. It's the same thing almost. I mean, this will just happen to be a little more contagious. And then they overhyped it. I said, it's not all of that. I said, humans have been through much worse. Okay. And when it boils down to it, it's how your body is already. If you are a fine-tuned machine, for the most part, you will be okay. You might get a little sick. I had COVID. I had it before motherfuckers even knew what the hell to call it. My doctor had to call me 30 days later and say, we figured out what it was. We reran your test. You had COVID. Do you want to come in for more tests? No, I am good. Okay.
I got
it's
this.
Gone. It's gone. I will be in there in December for my checkup. And then you can tell me, after you do more blood work, because after every bodybuilding show, I have them reevaluate all my blood work, put my levels back right. And then they found out that my antibodies were off the chart. So I said, yeah, I'm good. And I said, everybody who was around me, you're complaining, guess what? You were already exposed and you didn't even know it.
Right.
You know, so I said, you know, and I said, and you guys have seen all of this shit on TV, mask, no mask, lockdown, this, that. I'm like, no, you should be outside in the air. You should be working out and eating clean most of the time. That's all we have to do as humans. Change your damn lifestyle. We're the only country in the world who supersizes everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty much.
Okay. And you know what? And I tell people, I said, yeah, we don't have a food problem. We have a portion control problem. They supersize everything.
Oh, man, I swear to you, the way last December, I was at my worst. November, December, I can tell that I was declining in a lot of ways. I remember when that damn McRib came back out of McDonald's, I was there for like 2 McRibs and fries, and man, never again.
I didn't. Luckily, like during that time, I was already like, you know, not even really. I think I was eating out like probably like once a month. Just if I was like, I don't feel like cooking or nothing, I was like, okay, I'll just go here, but I'll either go to like Chipotle, and that's pretty much it.
Chipotle is okay if you know what to order.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much what I learned about myself is because like I tried all the diets and stuff people did, but I just feel like it didn't work. And then this is just from what I learned, it's like if you know how your body reacts to losing weight, like for me, all I have to do is just like you said, cut out all the junk.
Yep.
You know, work out, even if it's like just cardio, then it'll just fall off.
Well,
like that's all I have.
And believe it or not, that's kind of what everybody. But a lot of people aren't taught that, and they don't listen to their body. Your body will tell you everything it needs to do and what it needs. You just got to listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Forget what the news media, and yes, and everybody's different. I design programs for people. I had one girl says, oh, so, okay, how much does a program cost? I said, well, all of the programs are the same price, but it's based on you. So when I calculate everything, it's based on just you. It's not a cookie cutter diet. It's not a South Beach. It's not a Mediterranean. It's none of that shit. It's just clean, wholesome food based on what your input and output needs to be per day to get to where we're trying to get to and stay healthy. That's it. And you may be allergic to some stuff. We just won't add that. Okay. Some stuff you like. Okay. You may have to go to a birthday party. Do you know how to eat when you go out? You in a bar, do you know what to pick off the menu if you're hungry? Do you know how many calories in a foo-foo drink versus, say, a shot of Jack Daniels or something?
Exactly.
Okay? I mean, those are the things that most people need to know and understand. But first and foremost, listen to your body. I said, you know, and don't expect the weight to go away right away. I said, you didn't wake up one day and it was just there. You know, it came on slowly. You just didn't pay attention. Now that you want to get it off, you're trying to like, hurry up, leave. Well, it doesn't work that way. You know, but it will come off if you just stay, as I tell everybody, consistency. You know, that's what it's all about. You know, you got to be disciplined. I tell people, I said, look, I work out at a lot of gyms, and I can come out of one gym right around my house. There are over 42 restaurants in a square mile radius of my house.
That's how they get you.
And when I'm in prep, oh God. I'm like, really? And I got a Baba's right around the corner, a jerk rib chicken joint. I got this Arab place right around the corner on the strip mall, Pizza Hut across the street with Rosati's. I said, all in walking distance. And then in the summertime, when they're cooking up off those grills and my windows open, that smell comes in, and I'm on a diet. I'm like, oh Lord. I said, this is wrong on so many levels.
Oh man,
it's hard in my town here in Waukegan, Illinois. Every corner,
you're in Waukegan?
Waukegan.
Oh, off Green Bay Road?
Yeah, oh my God, really? Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You got a taco joint at every corner you look. It don't matter. Every corner. You got a burrito joint here, taco this, every corner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll be done. I'll be like, oh, burrito, do you got that 1 pounder up there? Yeah, I'll take one of them. Matter of fact, make it 2 with extra beef and onions.
Shoot, I'm telling you, I pass it by every day. I'm like, gotta walk, gotta keep going, keep driving.
Yeah.
So you've been around Waukegan, Illinois?
I've been everywhere. You name it in Illinois, I've been there. Oh, my camera went off for a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, no,
yep, okay. I've been everywhere. Waukegan. Yep, I know that area. I'm up in Milwaukee almost every weekend in the summertime.
Like a half hour from here. Where do you live? Are you in Wisconsin, Illinois?
No, I'm in Bolingbrook, Illinois, outside of Naperville, by Joliet.
Wow. Yeah. Hold on. Kutechi must have jumped out by accident, but I'll pop him in a second.
Okay.
Yeah. So, wow, it's just so we're not too far. So, yeah, I'm in.
No. I mean, you're up by Gurney, Great America. I know exactly where you are.
I'm going to be in Great America tomorrow.
As soon as you said Waukegan, I said, oh, yeah, you're in trouble too.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Just like wherever I turn, but that's whether you got the pizza joint here or there's a lot of pizza places like Quonset is one of the top places I like going to, but then of course the taco places, and I love it all, but it's just trying to maintain the change.
Yeah, and I tell people, I say in this country it is not easy because our shit's 24/7. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you, it is not easy. I said it is tempting. I mean, you walk into Fiesta Mark, Tony's Market, the bakery just hits you. You see the sweets and shit. I'm like, God damn it! Why are you gonna put them right in the front? Or you driving like you said down the street. I'm like, I had a hankering for tacos last night. I said, thank God I don't see a taco joint because it was late and I know they were all closed because I would have definitely found one. Because I was like that, I just really feel like about 5 chicken tacos right about now. But I mean, when you're disciplined and you're trying to maintain, I mean, you can eat it, but it just have to be sparingly. And I use things like that as a treat. So if you use it as a treat, you're good to go. And you just moderate it and say, okay, but do most of the cooking yourself. And then understand the why you're doing it.
Yeah, I think it's what I'm trying to do is if right now just really starting back with the major giant, just trying to figure out later on, maybe in a few weeks, have that treat day for myself.
Yep.
And just go out and get that. I love Quonset pizza in town, but I won't do none of the major fast food joints because that's not what I'm becoming now. I'm becoming a better. Because I think 7 years ago I was at my best. Then with the last few years, all the weight gain occurred. And now it's just going back to that lifestyle. It's exciting. I'm actually pretty excited because, of course, not just because the doctor said, but because this is what I've been trying to do. Is like, you got to get back to this. Well, the doctor just kind of scared me a little bit. Overall, just kind of understanding, yes, my body is what's been going through the changes.
Oh, yeah. Especially as we get older, yes, you'll figure it out. I mean,
it's harder, but
it's not really harder. It's a mindset. Physically, it's not hard. Mentally, it becomes difficult because it's in your face all of the time. And you have certain hormones that say it craves it. It's like a drug. So once you get past that, then, you know, you can say, you know, like when I'm in prep for 12 weeks, you know, the first 4 weeks is a bitch. You know, but once I'm in it, then it's like, yeah, whatever. And then once the show's over, I said, I just want me some pancakes and an omelet, and I'm good.
Yes.
You know, and then everybody say, well, you don't want this? I said, nope. Nope. And then once I have the pancakes, and it's like, oh, what do you want to eat? Nothing. You give me some chicken. But you want chicken the whole time. Yeah, well, give me a steak. But you had steak too? Yeah, give me another one. Yeah. Sirloin, I got a bunch of them in the freezer. Some vegetables, baked potato, I'm all right. But you're not on a diet no more. Yeah, but that's what tastes good. Yeah, you get used to it.
That's the lifestyle. That's the
it's a lifestyle.
Be at that point.
You know, you just get to it. It's like, I mean, I still have sweets floating around here and there, you know, but I use them very sparingly. You know, I like chocolate, so I don't go out and buy chocolate. Certain things I'm like, no, I ain't going to buy that because I'm gonna eat it all. You know, so I get all my healthy stuff and I eat that. I get full, drink a lot of water, because water is going to be your best friend. Lots of water. I drink a minimum of 2 gallons a day.
That's what I got to implement a lot more. I need to bring in more water into. I have been, but I need to do a lot more than just the 2 bottles. Maybe how many bottles should I? What, 6, 4 a day? I'm just trying to figure out my.
If you're drinking regular bottles, they're 17.6 ounces. So you should actually be drinking 1, 2, 3, 8 times 2. So that's about 8 of those a day cumulatively. So that includes if you're drinking coffee, smoothies, or protein shakes. You know, because if you're drinking a protein shake in one of the shaker bottles, that's 24 ounces of water right there. You know, if you're using water. But other than that, if you're just drinking pure water, I tell people, yeah, you know, as far as the regular bottles go, you're actually going to drink around 8 of those to 9 a day. Okay,
yeah.
because it's 17 ounces per. So basically, you're saying 16. So that's basically 2 glasses of water per bottle.
So drinking, for me, that and especially what I think I need a lot more sleep. That's what you were saying earlier. I need to get that sleep in there.
Gotta rest, baby. Gotta rest. Nothing wrong with a couple hour nap. Get a good 5 to 6 hours every night. Throw a nap in the daytime. You'll be all right. Take a multivitamin. You live in the northern hemisphere like I do, so you need a vitamin D. You need some fish oil, a regular multivitamin, and just drink lots of water. You're all right.
Cool. And right now we're at the near the end of the hour. I wanted to ask you something real quick. Tell us real quick a little bit about the Beyond Human Fitness, and just give us more into that and how far. I don't know how far you're at.
Yeah, Beyond Human Fitness is my company, and what I am is I'm a nutritionist, certified nutritionist. So with NASM and with ISA, I'm also a personal trainer. I am a coach for kids hockey and baseball, basketball, and also for physique competitions like bodybuilding, classic physique, women's bikini, fitness, anything in that area. And then I'm I'm a fitness director for Fit Body Boot Camp in Naperville. So it's at Naper Fit Body. So I teach all of the classes and I make sure they're all set up for, right now we're having a 28-day weight loss challenge. We do those.
Dang, I should have joined it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, we do that. And plus, we're still the only one who does it online. So if you sign up, you get a link to the Zoom and you'll be in all the classes and you get to follow right along with us. So, and then I'm one of the lead instructors for the Western Suburb Exports. So I teach at 3 of the exports, 4 times a week. Full all out, full body classes.
You're pretty much everywhere. You're everywhere where I'm at.
I'm basically everywhere. Plus, you know, with the BHF, Beyond Human Fitness, we have a subgroup called the Beatdown Crew that all my clients created for themselves for me, which is their own private chat where we do obstacle course races like the Spartan, Savage Race, the Highlander Assault. You know, we get a team together. We all go out and run it and climb walls, take selfies. And afterwards, once we get a medal, we all go out and eat, drink, and have something to eat.
I've been trying to find some of those obstacle course kind of areas. I can't find nothing nearby. The farthest one I found was in Indiana, but
no, that you're talking about. That's just a Spartan one. You have real close to you. I mean, up in like the Savage Race is going to be right up there. I believe Spring Grove.
You said Savage? You said?
Yeah, the Savage Race. Yeah, that's in July. Unfortunately, we won't be able to make that one. I'll be in Tennessee. That's on the 24th of July. Then we're doing, I think, August the 1st, we're going to be in Holiday Hills, Holiday Park, whatever that thing is called, which is not, it's only about 15 miles from you to the west. And that's the Highlander Assault.
Are you going to be in that one?
Yes. Yeah, we got a whole team for that one. So, I mean, you can hit me up on Messenger, Facebook, and I can add you to our group, get you the discount.
You know what? I wanted to find a location. I needed to, because what my goal is to what I'm doing now and then get to that point. And I thought myself near my 41st birthday in August, I wanted to do something. And that's now you got me on this right now, because that's a goal point now.
Oh, yeah. That's what I mean. And you don't have to be in the ultimate shape to do these, because they call them a race, but we don't really race because it's a lot of obstacles. So we go out there and have fun. We wear kilts for the Highlander Assault, and we run as a team. We finish as a team. We leave no man or woman behind. And, you know, we just go out there to have fun. We bring our GoPros, cameras, and, you know, and we just have a ball. And afterwards, we go out and have some food and some drink. And then we are planning for the next one.
All right. Well, it's going to happen. For August, I'm in 100%. I'll hit you up. We'll be talking to you. I think we're like 9 deep on the team already. And I said, the more the merrier. The more the merrier. Oh, wow. It's like right there. I kept thinking, I can't go to Indiana. It's too far from me. Okay.
Yeah, no, Indiana, I mean, we've been to that one. That's the Chicago Beast. You know, so, and that one I would not recommend for a first timer anyway. That's like 18 miles.
Yeah, and, I was debating on it.
Yeah, that one will, if you don't have the right shoes and the right conditioning, that will beat you down. 18 miles is longer than you think, okay? And you're not running 18 miles. It becomes a hike. It is rough terrain. And like I said, it becomes more, right around mile 6, it's mental. You be up there saying, when is this bastard going to be over? Where's the finish line, you bastards?
Carry me. JAX,
carry me. Somebody come get my ass up out of here. You know, yeah, because I mean, so we do a lot of those, and, you know, we pick different races, depends on whether I'm competing or my boy Jason's competing. But like I said, hit me up on Messenger. I can add you to our group, get you the discount code, sign up. You know, we can meet, and I tell everybody what time, what wave we're going to run in, what time to be there, you know, what shoes to get, what to bring, you know, and be ready to have some fun.
Cool.
That's all we do is have fun.
Super excited.
August it will be hot. And if it's your birthday, we will be celebrating your birthday out there.
Oh yeah, it's happening. for sure.
What we do.
I got one more question, and we'll close up. Out of all this, have you done in your career, and, you know, from start to now, you do have the most proudest moment that you have out of what you've accomplished? Any proudest moments, or you just, you know?
Well, the proudest moment is, you know, involving my daughter and family into everything that I do. Like my daughters ran races with us, and to watch her develop into the fine young woman she is, and my son, you know, those are my proudest moments. Because even though I'm a bodybuilder, it's not over. You know, even though I run obstacle course races, they're not over. So you can't say which is the best one, which is, you know, but the proudest moments is watching my children develop into responsible, you know, adults who can think and not follow. You know, that's the key. You know, they can think for themselves. I don't have to steer them anyway. You know, my opinion, they got their own. You know, common sense, logic, you know, graduates of college, you know, I mean, I can't be, you know, that's my biggest accomplishments. You know,
really awesome.
Yeah, the rest of this, you know, I mean, competing and stuff, I said, this is just what I do. You know, I mean, I've been doing this since I was a kid. You know, so, you know, winning ribbons, trophies, you know, I mean, that's just what I do. But accomplishments is to have, you know, raise 2 beautiful children. They're raising their children, which is my grandkids, you know, and, you know, and everybody's safe. You can't ask for much more.
Thank you. That's really inspiring. I wanted to appreciate your time. I don't know what happened. I think Tetsu must have lost internet connection. I'm sure he's fine with me closing. Again, it's been an inspiring journey here to speak to you for an hour, just to get to know you. And now you're down the street. For sure. I thought you were like in California or Florida or something. I don't know.
I am Bowling, bro. As soon as you said Waukegan, I said, "Oh, Green Bay Road. Oh, I know all that shit."
Yeah, I got some goals here, so it's definitely a walkthrough to realize what I got to do for myself and what you've done to help us out, and with more combat, what we grew up with playing the games, and to now, what your fitness journey is. So I want to thank you so much for the opportunity, for the chance to talk to you. And it's been great. And I want to thank everyone else who's been watching in the chat box. I think I see QA Ninja, I see Retro Styles, and everyone else who showed up. So I want to appreciate them for joining us. And I'm gonna end up the any last something last that you want to say before we head out?
Well, no, I just want to thank everybody for everybody who came in, and thank you for supporting Mortal Kombat for all these years and being great fans that you are. But just remember one thing: without you guys, it would be no us. So, from me, and I represent the rest of the entire MK crew, we thank all of you. So hopefully we'll see you at some of the conventions that are coming up. And remember, just live life. Don't just survive it, but live it. There's a big difference. So think about the phrase when I ask that question: are you surviving or are you living? That's a deep question. So, and on that note, that's all I got.
All right. Thank you, guys. I'm going to finish off with the short intro, and I'll talk to you in just a second as soon as it's over. John, as soon as we finish. Thank you guys for watching.
It's just like hanging with a few of your friends, talking games, cartoons, and all the trends. From voice actors to game masters, they got guests to talk about matters of fun. So run and tune into them. They can't be outdone, yeah, they number one. It's the